Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Age Mythology Replay. Small on the top left side as the red raw, we got MoistDizzle. Small on bottom right side as the not so green Poseidon, we got Show Me D. I don't know why, this name somewhat makes sense, MoistDizzle for raw with the rain god power. Either way, when it comes to relics on the map, we do have the Osberg's Wagon, give your caravans increased speed, reduced cost, which actually is a little bit transformative. That can make your caravans a little bit more accessible. The Fetters of Fenrir, make your villagers have increased damage. Villager rain damage. What rain damage do villagers have? Is that just meant for wildlife? 9 cauldrons, make your... increase your hack and pierce armor of your fortress type units. Very nice. Of soldiers will probably excludes anything that's classified siege. I'm about to sneeze. My apologies. Got Olor's bow, giving increased range for ranged soldiers, which is very nice. Which that could be quite nice, combined with the bone archers. I'm not sure, can Raw get the bone archer upgrade? I'm not sure. When it comes to initial age up, got a Bast or Fod, so Wadgets includes the Electrum bullets, 11 shield frame, scallop axes, and cheaper farms, which is actually a very nice combo with the rain god power of Raw, where you get increased wood collection, food from all sources, and Sphinx upgrades. Overall, I do think Fa is generally a better option with all those unique upgrades. I just hate Wadgets. Over here, we do have Hermes being researched by Poseidon, give access to the Centaur. And a bunch of other cavalry-based stuff. He's likely going to age up with Dying Knights to get more cavalry-based stuff.
Enito.
The priest does spot the Centaur. Of course, in this age, does have not so great damage, doing 2.5 damage per strike against the Centaur. Multiple obelisks now being deployed in the field. Got a round of housing here, and the Centaur is advancing. Pharaoh needs to retaliate. You know he can't do much damage with his age. It will be better than nothing. There we go. With the age up there, now he's able to do some serious damage. The Wadget even punching some rounds in there, getting some poison damage. And able to heal up these villagers well at it. Now maybe better to roll back a priest to do that rather than use a pharaoh, because I think the empowers are very important for the pharaoh. Got a lane to push way forward, the fast hero, able to easily outrange or outmove the Wadget. Wadget should just stand and fight, because it's going to just run and die and do no work there. Center fire of volley arrows on this laborer. Priest smiting the Centaur, and the pharaoh doing a much better job at that. Centaur goes down. The pharaoh does have 13 damage. He probably should start attacking Atlantia. The pharaoh doesn't actually have too much health. He's primarily a defensive unit. The priest does manage to escape into the sentry tower, and we got the watchtower upgrade on the way as well. Got a Hippus there. There's a watchtower upgrade. Single spearman pops on out, and very good time there, engaging the Hippus. Now Pharaoh's flying some fire sports as well. You can pop out the priest there to get some healing onto the pharaoh, though that priest is severely wounded. Looks like the spearman will go down. He is healing up the spearman there with the priest, so very, very nice. He does save the spearman. Multiple Hippus now being deployed in the field. Got a couple spearmen, looks like 3 spearmen here as well. And this gold deposit is almost completely seized. We'll have to eye another gold deposit relatively soon. And the more I look at the mini-map, let's see, can't expand the mini-map out in this Age of Empires game, can I? Nope, but if you look here, this is his only gold deposit nearby. He has a push to over here, which town center will help provide some presence, and looks like red is going to be eyeing for this town center there. Green, villagers migrating over here, looks like, so both players gain another town center on the same side of the map, which means likely conflicts in this region. Empowering the town centers, build construction. And let's see. Got access to Sobek. Hathor. Because, of course, they renamed Hathor to Sobek. Because Petrusos is supposed to be Pet Sobek. And just watch Giant Grant Games video about Age of Mythology. Back when he was talking about Extended Gold Edition. But something tells me Bonebo may go quite well with this relic over here, giving quite a bit extra range. Speaking of pure cavalry, chariot archers have what? They have base range of 19, right? So get on the 21 range, maybe it's 22 range. Something very nice there. +2 max range, yeah, way up to 22 range. I also get a bit more slinger upgrades, electrum bullets and the sling of the sun. That's what I think Red should go for, but then again, he's fighting against Poseidon, which means cavalry, so he needs more anti-cavalry units, likely. In which the other option does give Dark Waters for the camels and camel caravans to engage said cavalry units as well, so both are just good options. One can maximize the relics, one can maximize the counter. Poseidon, of course, will likely go for Dionysus to give access to the Thracian horses, getting lifesteal for his cavalry, which is incredibly powerful. Health regen for his Hydra and Skyla, nothing too important, and 5% hit points on all units is quite nice regardless what unit you go for. After that, I can offer the Argos, which is no longer tied to Poseidon, but now tied to Aphrodite, which is not important in this map. Villagers get more favor generation in case you want to have a bit more fun. Of course, Aphrodite is probably definitely known for having good fun. And of course, increase villager speed, build rate, make it a bit more convenient, and the extra food carrying capacity, it does help out quite a bit for your farming and your wood economy. When I say quite a bit marginal, but it is very nice. It reduces the amount of time they spend walking around to drop off resources. Very useful for lumber, somewhat useful for farming, and can be somewhat important for gold as well. For example, wait, it was only meant for what's it called? Only meant for actually no, it looks like it probably improves that as well. I just can't scroll down, can I? Nope, I can't. Oh, there we go. Yep, gold carrying capacity, which does help out with the if gold is a little bit too saturated. Good hit trade there. Doesn't take really focus down the wooden ones. Got a bit of scattered damage. Spearmen sprint to the way forward over here. Spearmen do have 5 moon speed, which is very nice. No upgrades at the moment. Not even medium. So primarily just for a bit of reserve. And now we do have the Sobek in the field. Get 1 free Pasutros. Notice the priest gain a decent amount of healing there as well. Villagers heading up towards the monkeys. He can always task a priest over here. He is raw to empower the food drop off. I always think people should use the priest lesser empowerment more often, because if you have it, might as well use it, such as right here. Copper upgrade, copper armor. We do have now the Pesitros. He is going to build some Pesitros. And we do have Dionysus being researched by Poseidon as well. Spearman will be nice versus Poseidon. However, when Poseidon advances to age 4, his unique cavalry, the what's it called, Anataros? Is that how you pronounce it? Will be particularly effective versus small units such as spearmen. So at that point in time, those guys can actually be the counter to the spearmen with their splash damage. If you really like to understand why you have that feeling, just look at Age of Empires 3 with the Cuirassier, the French Cuirassier. Hydra now pulling the field. Hail Hydra. And now got the shot up there, reducing farming costs. Very nice. Good idea to get that before you start building all your farms. Villagers migrating somewhere. And we got the Green Scout here. or slightly off green scout. Definitely not the campaign green. I don't know what type of green this is. It's not teal. It's too green to be teal. Teal is a little bit more blue mixed on in, so I have no idea what type of green. Mint green? Yeah, probably mint green is probably the best way to describe it. Got a rock here, the rock and roll. Giraffe's now being eaten. I wonder how a giraffe tastes in real life.
Πρόσταγμα. Λέγε.
What if giraffe neck meat is any good? Clearly a cat can be collected for meat, right? I know you can eat beaver tail. And I first found out you can actually eat beaver tail is from an anime known as Spice and Wolf, of all things. Got spearmen moving around, trying to pursue the hippus. Neither them even medium, let alone heavy. Dark waters being established by Reds, who's going to go for the camels. Got the, what's it called again? Signal fires. They always call it watch fires. It's the same difference. Hip is being forced on back. Got some delicious elephant here.
Πρόσταγμα.
And looks like got a round of basic palisade walls there. And that would looks like be a full wall up. I see a green line in the mini map. Suggests that this is solid. Hydra would be very nice. All this stuff is unupgraded, so I have... Of course, Atlantia was already pretty wounded. Hydra could get some extra heads here. Of course, Hydra's not like the fastest thing. Looks like the spearmen are trying to run away from the dinosaur like it was Jurassic Park. Blah. Never could get in those movies. I always wondered why one of them had a gun. 50 BMG does not really care for much. Nor does 30-06. 30-06 will probably be more than adequate to deal with dinosaurs. 5.56 will probably have a bit of trouble. When I say a bit of trouble, probably a full magazine to take down a Hydra. Which is still very doable. Got a couple siege works there. I hear a whole bunch of farms being established.
Πρόσεχε.
Good number of stables there.
Πρόσεχε.
And it looks like Red's eyeing for some chariot archers as well, some backline to accompany the front line. Though chariot archers only move a movement speed of 5, which means they actually have a pretty good unit to complement spearmen. While camel riders do move at 6, much faster. Got some more pet Sobex. We do have, or Petros. Oh no, they're pet Sobex now. They actually got the upgrade for them. And we got other rain god power and ceasefire there. Magenta or green. Why did I say magenta? A Mayo skin that makes up mint green. Simply has no military force in the field. In fact, he is also aging up, going for Hephaestus, get access to the Colossus and plenty volts. While good idea to store up his favor to go for at least one more plenty volt. The second plenty vault is what, 200 favor? Pretty cheap. Ceasefire soon end. He's going for some Padromos. Padromos are adequate versus Camel Riders. In fact, the medium Padromos versus Camel Riders, which are effectively medium Camel Riders. And we do have now Osiris being upgraded or being researched. It's sort of funny. We've been seeing pretty much no research by either player. Speaking about research, Red's going for Piece of my research. Also, some camel caravans. Maybe got the relic and make them cheaper. Can't highlight it right there. But maybe if I switch over to him. Actually, no, that relic's still here, isn't it? Or wherever it may be. Maybe I'm missing where the relic is at. Either way. We got now triple fortress here. He might as well go for some Amataros, which he is. Another pet Stobucks here that have 26 range, X amount of range. Amataros right now are just heavy. They do have that bit of AoE, making them good for end splash damage.
Garrick.
Cameras will, of course, be better than in 1v1. But when it comes to group combat, all depends how much these guys are stacking up on each other. If they don't stack up, they will win. If they do stack up, they may actually lose. But then again, it's hard to stack up the larger entities such as camels. I say that as they start stacking up there quite a bit. Looks like Green got a good number of rocks there. Son of Osiris now deployed in the field. I didn't pay attention where it was. Green does have a Colossus here, which would be very useful. And Red's forces being pretty split up. That's not good. Red's trying to pull back and regroup, which is very important. Petri shows the pet Stobucks do have a bit of divine damage to them. Let them siege down the structures. Got champion cavalry for Poseidon, of course. We got the bronze and iron weapons. Medium infantry as well as those coinage. Big round of research over here, including the desert winds for camel upgrades. So we got full camels. And as well as supplementary chariot archers for red. There's not rescoping Ola's blow to give them +1 range. Red may need to pull out some siege weapons. There's the mummy there. He's also researching the active crown, giving the mummy viziers. There's only iron weapons. Got iron armor and shields for green. And going for a heavy amount of Antaros. It all comes down to the AoE damage. Now, once he attack, he does have champion camel riders as well as champion chariot archers. And Lycophone to give him a minion there. Bronze zombing some by green, give him extra edge defense. He's going to pull out some little bits to soften these guys up. Won't be super great. Osiris is somewhere over here. There he is. Doing 59 damage per strike. Yeah, Hydra will go down very quickly to Osiris, son of Osiris. Colossus is still here. The Colossus does have good crush damage. I think Colossus should be focused on these structures for now. Colossus has took a bit damage there. He can fall back and eat some trees, eat some veggies, and get healed on up. Looks like Green will start pulling ahead thanks to the splash damage of his cavalry. So cameras are offering reinforced there. Typically does go down there. More Antaros pushing forward, including the Dromos for counter cavalry usage. Dromos will get camel riders in 1v1 combat. It looks like Osiris is taking, son of Osiris is taking quite a bit of damage there. Get pop the block a little bit there, and pop on the far side. He's a bit dancer, though we've got some Carlos on the flank. And Polyphemus knocks around some of those units there, including the Son of Stars, which actually allowed him to escape. Colossus has gone down. The Son of Stars needs a capacity inside the Nickel Stronghold. Top on the far side. Polyphemus going for another smash there, knocks back some Camel Riders. More Herataros in the corner field. Son of Osiris is severely wounded, but he still has some fight left into him. Polyphemus has another good smash there. Got a good number of catapults being thrown by Red, but he needs more other units. Red has, yes, food, he has expended his gold. He has a little bit too many catapults on the field. He needs to obtain more gold. He has some oversaturated gold deposits. Son of Osiris is such in a wounded state. He may just need to keep him as a defensive unit to protect his forward infrastructure. Green is not eyeing for any more myth units at the moment. He's saving his favor for Plenty Bolts, which is generally a good idea in this case. Minimum, I'll say, is 2 Plenty Bolts. These catapults going down. Regs is simply lacking any sort of military units engaged with opponents' military units. Too many catapults. Going for more camel riders now. I don't think Spearmen are a good transition to fight against the Herataros. Would be good versus the Prodromos. Big round of champion Prodromos there. Why does that progress bar seem so weird? I don't know why the Prodromos progress bar there just looks off to me. Like it's almost a little bit too purple. No idea. More Prodromos being summoned. Prodromos do have a very good amount of speed. Plus, as they're falling back there. Both the Camel Riders and the Prodromos have excellent speed at the moment, allowing them to quickly engage. Both players have went for speed for the cavalry. And the Tharkin force is going to be very useful for these Prodromos to counter the camels. Let's see, Prodromos do cost not too much gold there, a counter unit. I think the Herataros are pretty expensive on the cost of cavalry, don't they? If I were to highlight one of these, yeah, they're definitely having gold there, which simply Poseidon cannot afford at the moment. He has enough favor for another Plenty Bolt, just enough, so let's see how quickly Poseidon realizes it. Up here, just some catapults. We have some of this gold here. Next gold deposit will be here, but it's outside of his borders. Whereas I'm obtaining this gold deposit, but not too many builds on that gold deposit. In fact, I know a bunch of holes there. One of them's under fire though. And now I've got a good number of Prodromos advanced way forward. Very nice. And he's actually queued up. Does a cute order to pick out these catapults. Now Mummery Vizier. Granted, with the Hermes upgrades, these guys do have speed, as well as a bit of damage. If you went for the Ares path, they could have got a bit of divine damage for the Prodromos, but that's only affects the Prodromos, Militia, and Hoplite, while the other option does give access to all cavalry, which is quite a bit different there. So in this case, we got a decent number of militia there could have been affected by bonus divine damage. The number of fortresses over there, got these catapults sieging down the fortresses. Hopefully it does go down there. When it comes to what I mentioned between Ares and Hermes as well, it's one of those things, well, you just don't know how the game's going to go. If his opponent didn't go for a camel-based composition, then the definitely Hermes would have been a much better option. But since now that's how the game's sort of going, Hermes could have, or Ares could have been a better option. But at this point in time, it's not a bad option to go for either. Well, of course, this was 2020 hindsight. Trying to see which one was a better option. In this case, both were good options. Now it looks like the catapults are being under siege right now. Got some militiamen being brought on fort to destroy fortresses there for a bit of defense. Of course, this Prodromus very high speed has been very useful for Hermes, and that's thanks to Hermes being able to help him respond to these multiple threats as well. Got some Perotaros not being pulled into as well. He is not quite the other Ponticle, has not realized this just yet. Right now, green has a larger force field, got no more Prodromos. Red does not have too much, has a piece of food and wood reserve, not too much gold. But for more catapults, you really should stop the catapult production, which is I for combat units against all of these units. Or against all these Prodromos, I do think it's a good idea for Spearman transition, but I don't even know if he even has regular Spearman, let alone, or medium Spearman, let alone heavy Spearman. Definitely does not have Champion Spearman, that's for sure. And Green's not the some high passes, he's expecting the Spearman transition. But instead, Red's going for Chariot Archers, which is not going to be a good choice. Excuse me. It classifies both as range and range soldier and cavalry, so they get countered by the Prodromos and the Herotaros. Polyphemus and Prodromos did go down there. We've got some Petropolos sieging down some of these structures, particularly the town center. Trying to deny the max population. Green, or minty green, does not, though it does have fortified town centers, it simply just has less town centers. Which is a bit of a problem right now for green. He mostly has max out camel caravans, or no, just population. Does cancel the villager production, which is a good idea. Because if he does lose some villagers, it probably wants extra space for our military units at the moment. And green, minty green is now eyeing for the champion infantry. Perotaros being picked apart by these camel riders. Champion infantry, of course, will improve his militiamen, but it may be a good idea to actually go for a round of hoplites. They, of course, be good versus camels and versus spearmen. Yeah, I'm thinking actually leaning towards hoplites right now for green if possible transition. Brings another ceasefire there once he got scaffolding established on this town center. Trying to get this building under its influence. He should realize he has enough favor for another plentyvault. He should go for another plentyvault, in my opinion. Military structures do take a little bit longer to build, or at least fortifications. He sees the Hippus. Town center is already on fire. Still trying to get it repaired, but I think Mako does go down there. Got a big round of militia to advance. Hippus going straight for the siege weapons. Village will go straight for the town center again. Though may not have enough wood or may not want to risk them. Got Mummy Viziers now being established. Mummies are not a bad unit. Especially if you go on Refold. Gold Edition, they were just borderline okay. They had the instant kill effect. Now, Mummy Viziers are a little bit better. I'm not too impressed by them, but they are decent. When it comes to final insta-kill units for the final tier, I am still biased towards Lampetes. Now we've got the Spearmen taking out these Petrobolos. Herotaros push way forward and getting ripped apart by the Spearmen. If you look closely here, you see the splash damage from the Herotaros. Means a good damage across all the units, able to clean up the formation. They do better in army versus army rather than in single duels. Reinforce those villagers, Russian Gilbert's Town Center. Unless the Niggle Stronghold will be focused on that. We got a fortress being touched by green. We got a big round of Herotaros, as those Podromos. And we do have some War Elephants. I've rarely ever seen War Elephants. I've never seen them being too successful. Seeing a stampede of them. Oh, that camel caravan pathing's not too particularly great. Or donkey caravan. The camel caravans are just fine. 82 gold. 93 gold. Looks like Poseidon's trade is better. And I think as well, you can still get retain full trade for trading village centers, right? You can always grow a village center in the corner. Polyphemus now full on the field. Cowley advancing. Alantia does get picked off there. At this one time, I don't think Alantia is going to be super great. Polyphemus is, of course, very good. This is an anti-myth unit, which has not pulled out too many of them. Additionally, Herotaros could be upgraded for, what, 100% bonus damage versus myth units, right? Thanks to Olympian weapons. Polyphemus gets a nice smash there. Villagers trying to shank the town center. The villagers do in fact shank the town center. And we got almost 400 favor there by Poseidon. Still no second plenty vault. He will soon have access to a ceasefire. He has access to ceasefire. And looks like Richmond established houses around the town center. Green, Minty Green will lose a number of villagers. He may not get the town center built. It has another 16 seconds. There's quite a bit of time. Looks like the last remaining 3 villagers are staying alive for now. 1 spearman hitting them. It looks like Green will hold on. 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Oh, these are not housing. There were guard towers, so I'm not sure what I was thinking. Nothing much, apparently. Looks like overall great sign for Podromos. But right now he has quite a bit of gold and actually lacking a bit of food. So Herotaros better matches his current resource stockpile. No plenty vault.
Πρόσταγμα.
This town center has taken severe beating. Another Polyphemus. Another Polyphemus now floating on the field. This town center is taking some damage, so let's go down there. Didn't see, yep, no burning pitch upgrade for red. And we don't see the Olympian weapons onto the Herotaros just yet either. Which I'm pretty sure improves their anti-myth unit damage by 100% if I'm incorrect. I don't think that's a resource of force, that's an army upgrade, right? Yeah, probably. So it's me trying to find an armory right now. Do now have the Rain God power, which should alert that Poseidon the fact his opponent's having a bit of food issues. He does have good reserve of gold though, but now here comes the War Elephants, 45 damage, then plus slow attack speed with good multipliers versus buildings. I don't know, I just never seen War Elephants being used all too much. I think because they're slow pacing. Forces will go down, which will get some militia to help counter out the elephants, but they're going straight for the middle stronghold. You see the rain effect there, you can see here, the villagers only get the regular gathering rate. got some more mummy viziers, more champion spearmen. Got the scallop axes. So red's going to go for some axemen. His opponent is not pulling out too many infantry units, in fact, very little. Green is actually eyeing for a good number of colossus. Vault, please. Colossus are good, though they're not silver nor gold colossus. So just bronze colossus. We can still eat trees for health regen. Or go to his opponent's gold deposits and eat it. Camel's gonna get by the mummy's curse. Polyphemus does get knocked out, but Colossus is slowly being picked apart. Polyphemus probably going down there. Trade Archers being summoned. And this trade line is important, and we've got multiple watchtowers now engaging them. The Caramel Caravans are taking some hits there. Got some petrol bullets here, hitting some various basic structures, but they need to be set over here. Over here, a whole lot of nothing. Oh no, that's a pair of Colossus. A little bit more than a whole lot of nothing. A small Colossus excursion. But this incursion is going to still be a massive issue for green. Multiple camels going down. Red slowly getting the upper hand in this game. And now got some cavalry being pushed over here. The Drummels, of course, are a counter cavalry unit. They can fight against structures. But these towers are pretty well upgraded, so they take 50% less damage, from half damage. Oh, they also have these siege arrows there. You can also see by their larger arrow attack. But I think that's an animation at this point in time. Don't think it does any additional or special damage. I can see here 17. Actually, no, look, the pilot does say 34.1. Even though the clear doesn't add up there, so it does do an effect. It looks like it adds a secondary weapon that we cannot necessarily view. So maybe doing something special there, but I have no idea. Nothing I can read.
Right here.
Wait, I see 2 arrows there. Yep, that's the second arrow, so never mind. Just me being an idiot. Oh, Silver Colossus. One of the most notable upgrades in the game. The Drummels are going to counter the elephants since they are classified as cavalry. Pretty heavy cavalry. More siege towers here. Bring on the armory. Which can upgrade the Olympian Forge or applied upgrades. Oh wait, I guess that was the wrong one for bonus damage. I was just reducing the armor cost. Never mind. That may be actually a hero upgrade now, think about it. And green has now resigned. This Angry saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.